the stranger to lily white hand. Pretty Polly, I thank you so kind. Pretty Polly, I thank you so kind. Come sit down by me and tell you my mind. My mind is to marry you and never to part. Her mind is to marry you and never to part. First time I saw you, you wounded my heart. Pretty Polly, come go along with me. Pretty Polly, come go along with me. Oh, we get married and some pleasure to see. Oh, they travel over mountains and valleys so deep. They travel over mountains and valleys so deep. Why, Pretty Polly, sat down again to read. Willie, I'm afraid I'll go away. Willie, I'm afraid I'll go away. Well, you little family, you're leading me astray. Pretty Polly, oh yes, it is right. Pretty Polly, oh yes, it is right. Just on your way to church half past 9. We let that bird and what did she spy? He let that bird and what did she spy? News are great and the state laying by. Pretty Polly, you never can be. Pretty Polly, you never can be. The past of my chasing been trouble to me. She knelt down beside him and claimed her life. She knelt beside him and claimed her life. And a single girl that needed me your wife. He put her arms all around him, thank all he don't care. He put her arms all around him, thank all he don't care. How can you keep it cool, girl, I love you so dear. We open up her bosom and find is snow. He opened her bosom and the white is snow. It's over to the heart and the heart blood did flow. Oh, it's over the heart and the heart blood did flow. It's over to the heart and the heart blood did flow. And down in the grave Pretty Polly did go. Oh, we covered her over and started for home. He covered her over and started for home. There's nothing behind but the wild birds to mourn. Oh, we went to the jailhouse and what did he say? He went to the jailhouse and what did he say? I killed Pretty Polly and trying to get away. I'll play one more, then I'm going to have to give away. Let somebody else take over. They do a better job than I will. And the moon of the hill, the man told on county, where I had roamed for 7 long years, where my heart for forever, where the first step of misfortune I made. I'm gonna have to get up, but my voice is here right.
Thank you, Morgan.
Brother, I'll thank you everyone for giving me a good standing ovation. God bless you.
Thank you, Morgan. All right. We'll have him back next year. You coming back next year? Yeah. We'd love for him to do another, but he said he did a song when he got tired. And so he's tired now, he's going to be able to leave the stage. And what we're going to do right now, before we get back with Walker Calhoun and the Whitesburg Mountain Band, we're going to take about a 15-minute break while we get set up. Is that all right with everybody? Okay, we'll do it. Thank you. want to thank all you folks for coming out here tonight and making this festival the success it has been. Without you all, we wouldn't even have one. So we really appreciate that. And before we get into anything else tonight, we got sort of a special presentation we want to make one of the staff members here. And so we're going to bring on Mr. Rich Kirby. Rich?
Thanks. This is fifth Seedtime on the Cumberland, and I'd like to just stop and take a minute to look back over the whole course of the last 5 years. We started kind of small. It's now a festival that I think a lot of people look forward to. I certainly do. We should really acknowledge that it's the effort of a lot of people that brings us together. Supported by the National Endowment for the Arts and some of the other people that have made it possible are Kentucky Arts Council and Christian Appalachian Project, Appalachian Community Fund, and especially for the radio broadcast, we couldn't do it without the contributions of our listeners and our underwriters at WMMT. It's also, as probably fitting for something on WMMT, it resembles a duck. If things are going right, it's very calm on the surface and just paddling like crazy underneath. A lot of people put a lot of work into this. And there's one particular person that I would like to take a minute to recognize on behalf of the Seedtime and I think of all of Appalshop. The Appalshop, this Seedtime is really part of a whole program that Appalshop tries to bring about in this building, to make this building a facility that's of use to the community and a facility that's a place where people can come and do things that they do. And the Appalshop building programmer has got just a major job. Larry Childress is his name. And Larry, would you step out here a minute?
Before we get on with anything else, there's two people over at Vico, over in Montgomery Creek, who are very special to me. They're well up into their 80s. One of them's 88, the other one's 86. The one that's 88 is Mr. Leonard Burton, who just had a surgery, and he is home from the hospital. And the other one is his wife. And they have been loyal supporters of Buck Maggard and my radio show and the radio station, and they're listening tonight. They can't make it up here. They're not able to travel. Kate and Leonard Burton. Let's give them a big hand. They've been really a great help to the radio station. And stuck right with us. And I know Kate's going to be ready to dance a tune here tonight when we get these square dancers up here. And Kate, I'll be looking at you on Monday also. So you have a good evening nowhere, and I hope Leonard's able to dance with you once more, real soon. All right, getting right on with the show. Once more, I'm going to bring out my old buddy from way back, old Breathitt. Me and this guy's really come a long way since Breathitt County. And back in the 1960s, we made it all the way to Letcher County. That's really some improvement, I'm telling you. And I don't know how much further we can go. If we go much further, we're going to be in another state. And I don't know where we're going to be able to make it or not. Once more, I want to bring out my good friend, Michael Klein.
Thank you, Buck. The story of the Southern Appalachians is the story of cultures that have lived side by side and have interchanged with one another, have shared a history, have shared experiences, have traded musical forms, and this mountain region is blessed by having lots of different kinds of cultures over time. I don't think we've spent near enough thinking about the culture that was here first when all of the other cultures came from Africa and Europe and other parts of the world. I don't think that there's been near enough concentration on the native peoples that inhabited all of this country. And right through here, of course, was the Cherokee Nation. After the European people got here, the Cherokees had a very difficult history. They were ravaged by disease. They were discarded by government policies. They were played off in wars against their neighbors. By 1838, the Andrew Jackson administration sent soldiers into the mountains to round up the Cherokees, put them in stockades, and then send them on a forced march through the wintertime to Oklahoma on what we all remember today as the Trail of Tears. About 1,000 Cherokee people hid out in the mountains of North Carolina, and those were the ancestors of the current population of Cherokee people in North Carolina. It's been my privilege in recent years to spend time around Cherokee and to become better acquainted with that culture, and especially to become better acquainted with one family there who I regard as among my dearest friends. And tonight I'm going to hear the singing of a remarkable man who has brought an ancient repertoire of ceremonial songs into the present day. This is all the more remarkable when you think that 100 years ago this year, the Bureau of Indian Affairs took over the schools in Cherokee and began a policy of rigorous assimilation. Cherokee children were rounded up and sent to these boarding schools as though kept in prison. Their mouths were washed out with soap whenever they spoke their own language, let alone whenever they thought of singing their own songs. And so this, combined with the removal of their people and the efforts of the missionaries, of Christian missionaries, to rid them of these ancient, what were regarded as pagan songs, in an effort to Christianize the Cherokee people. It's pretty remarkable to discover that there's a family singing a repertoire of songs which has come down through this family in a community called Big Cove, been passed down through generations and generations and generations long before Europeans ever came. In fact, we think that these songs may go back possibly 5,000 or 6,000 years. It's certainly the oldest living, continuous tradition of singing that I've encountered anywhere in the southern mountains. And tonight we're going to hear from Walker Calhoun, who has traveled up here today with 3 generations of his family, with his wife Evelyn, with his son Pat. Would you two stand and give the folks a wave? Walker learned these songs from an old half-uncle by the name of Will West Long, who was born in 1870, who in turn learned them from an uncle of his, one of the people I just told you about, who hid out during the removal. Will West Long is credited for bringing the songs into the 20th century. And Walker, who was born in 1918, had learned all of these songs by the time he was 9 years old. Will West died in 1947. The leadership of the dance in Big Cove was passed around through different people, and today the dance is led by Walker Calhoun, and the ceremonial fires, which were brought back from Oklahoma last year, are lit now in Big Cove. Walker is the chief of the fires. His son Pat is the keeper of the fires. And so the stomp dance religion is once again being practiced in Big Cove. Tonight we're going to hear from Walker, who's going to, I think he's going to start out with the booger dance, which was always the opening dance at the ceremonial dances. Would you please make welcome Walker Calhoun.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a old boogie dance song. We used to do that. That was starting of dance. We used to dance all night long. We start with a boogie dance. So that's what I'm gonna start off with. Here we go, here you 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 This song, it was done to drive away evil spirits. That's the meaning of this boogie dance. Now I want to sing a corn dance. We got two kinds of corn dance. One they call green corn dance, but this what I'm going to do is just a corn dance. My forefather done this after they put the corn in the crib the fall year, just before winter. So in celebration of good harvest, they've done this